Are you tired of working endless hours to build someone else's dream while your dreams feel like they keep getting pushed further and further away? Well, I want you to imagine for a second having a hands-free online agency that pulls in $10,000 every single month without burning you out and without chaining you to a desk. See, most people want to escape the 9-to-5 grind, but starting a business, especially online, can feel like trading one grind for another. I'm talking about endless client emails and tech headaches and more hours than they ever planned on. I know exactly how this feels because I was once there too, juggling the same struggles until I developed a formula that literally transformed my entire life. And I've not only used it to build my own $10K per month agency that's since grown on to grow significantly from there, but I've also helped dozens of others find real freedom by following the same steps. The best part? Well, today I'm giving you everything that you need in order to start this journey for completely free. No sales pitch, just the exact steps in order to make it work. Also, if you do stick with me, I'm going to walk you through each step of this formula. So by the end, you're going to see how to build a $10K a month agency that practically runs itself. So you can live life on your own terms. And I'll give you the exact templates and scripts and frameworks. Again, all free. So you can do the same yourself. All right. So we'll dive into the handy dandy whiteboard of truth and justice here and the 5 essential steps in order to help you find high value clients and set up systems and let your agency work in the background, giving you income and freedom, not just another full-time job. So let's take a look. All right, so here we are inside of the infamous whiteboard, and we're going to start mapping some of these things out, starting with step 1, which is really the foundation of setting up this business, which is getting clients and really understanding what goes into it, how many are we really looking for, how many are we going to need, all the pricing and the positioning, all of that stuff we'll talk about in just a second. But essentially, this is going to be the most important part. And it's the part that most people completely ignore. They think about setting up all the tech and the software and the cool stuff and all the fun things, and they forget the fundamental aspect that the money that you have is currently in other people's possession. We're not going to steal it from them. That's illegal and immoral. What we're going to do is we're going to offer them an incredibly valuable service that they're going to be more than willing to exchange their hard-earned dollars for access to your systems and your software. Again, that's kind of the operative words, the systems and software, because we're not going to want you doing a ton of this work all by yourself. We want to automate as much as possible. But the goal, my friend, the goal is, certainly initially, 5 to 10 clients. We'll talk about the math behind this in just a second, because what we're going to be shooting for is around $1,000 per month per client. Now, I'm no math wizard, but if we do this correctly, 5 clients at $1,000 is $5K a month, 10 clients at $1,000, $10K a month. We can, and we'll talk about this in a second, we can charge up to $2,500, sometimes even a lot more, in which case those 5 clients will get us well to our goal and beyond, and it allows you to just keep growing from there. Now, the beauty of this is that we're going to have less people to serve overall, rather than trying to bring on tens and dozens and hundreds and thousands of potential clients with lower ticket prices like $97 a month or $297 a month or $500 a month. We're just going to need so much more volume in order to get you to your goal. So that's what we're really shooting for. And we're going to make sure that we're setting these things up with proper client acquisition strategies. Now, this isn't going to be ads, so we can cross that right off the list. It's not going to be getting clients with SEO because you're going to have a brand new agency. So that's not really going to work that well either. Cold calling still works incredibly well. However, if you're like most people, you probably don't want to do it. Now, if you're in a desperate situation and desperate for the cash, by all means, go for it. Make those cold calls. We'll find scripts and all kinds of fancy pants things and statements and objection handling inside. I'm going to show you how to get access to in just a little bit. But for now, we're going to say that that's off too. What we're going to be doing is a combination of email and DMing, direct messaging. These are low barrier to entry, easy things to start, very low fear of rejection because it's just text on a screen. And we're going to identify our ideal clients that you're going to want to serve, and we're going to reach out to them in these ways. We're going to send them emails, we're going to send them direct messages, we're going to make an offer in order to help them with a service that I'm going to walk you through in just a second. Don't worry, I will tell you exactly what you should be doing, especially if you're a brand new beginner. Now, let's talk about niching for a second. Niching is essentially taking this whole big market and then deciding who it is that we want to focus on. Now, in marketing, we've got something called a TAM. A TAM is a total addressable market. This is all of the people that you could potentially help. Now, in the US alone, there's something like 33 million small businesses. So there's no shortage of available business for you. In fact, one of the questions that a lot of people ask is, Adam, if this is so great, why don't you just do it yourself? And the fact is, I can't serve 33 million people, nor would I want to. Remember back to this, right? 5 to 10 clients at $1,000. Well, by the time you start getting up there, you can charge up to $5,000 a month. And if you do the math here, and we have like 20 clients, 30 clients, 40 clients at $5,000 a month, I mean, it's more than a comfortable living. So let's share the wealth here, my friends. So a TAM is made up of all of these different possible markets. We've got, let's say, some plumbers over there, and we've got some roofers over there, and we've got landscapers over here, and we have massage therapists over there, and we've got all of these other markets and potential industries that are just absolutely everywhere. Now, the reason that we want to niche down is because these groups are going to have different wants and needs and pains and problems. And if we are specific and we focus on one of them at a time, our messaging is going to cut through all the noise, and we're going to be able to be crystal clear on exactly who it is that we're going to serve and how we're able to help them. It also allows us to differentiate from all of the other marketing agencies out there that are trying to do all of the things for all of the people. So we do want to pick a niche. Now, the beauty is there is a long list of $7-figure, million-dollar niches. Once again, I'll make sure that you get access to that as well. I'll have a link down in the descriptions below. But what that's going to enable you to do is essentially just pick one off the list. Off the top of my head, dentists and chiropractors and med spas and dog groomers and veterinarians and salons. There's golf, there's pest control, there's funerals. There's just an absolute ton. These are massive, massive industries, and all of them need help with their marketing. So that is my thing on niching. Let's keep going. Let's talk about step 2. Step number 2 is pricing and positioning. How much are we going to charge, and where are we going to show up? Now, obviously, we already talked about charging that $1,000 a month, which is a very conservative number for a marketing agency service. If you're just getting started, you have no clients, I have no problem suggesting you work with your first 2 to 3 clients for free in exchange for a case study, a testimonial, a referral, something that you're going to be able to leverage later on. But once you have that, this is kind of the minimum price point that we want to be looking at. And there is a bit of a sweet spot here around this price point. Over the years, after running multiple million-dollar agencies for over a decade now, I can tell you confidently and accurately that anything above this starts to become a little bit trickier to sell, because they start comparing you to hiring someone themselves or just foregoing it completely. But this number I was able to sell, and still am, all day long. It just seems to be a very easy and accessible number. Of course, you can move this up higher, which I would recommend later, but for now, let's focus on these range. For easy math though, we're going to stick with this. 10 clients, that's a C, at 1K equals your 10K per month, which, my friend, is 120 grand a year, which is a nice little income to start with. The beauty of digital marketing is that the sky is pretty much unlimited. So as much as you want to make, you can pretty much make. And there's plenty of examples of people out there, myself included, who have pushed this about as far as you can possibly go. And I'd like to encourage you to do the same. But let's talk about this a little bit more. What we're going to need to do for this, because we're not just going to charge them $1,000, is we need to craft an irresistible offer. We need to put something in front of them that makes it a no-brainer for them to say, yeah, I want that. I'm happy to give you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in exchange for this. So we're going to talk about exactly what that looks like, especially for a brand new beginner, in just a second. But just keep in mind that this niching down is a large portion of it. In other words, if we're able to say, go to a random business and say, we help businesses get 30 more appointments a month, it's an okay offer. But if we're working in, I don't know, I highlighted the green one here, so we'll say landscaping. If we go to landscaping business, we say we help landscaping businesses get 30 new appointments every single month. Immediately we differentiate ourselves and we become experts more than just generalists. And as we go up this pyramid, let's draw one. From generalist to specialist, general to special, we get to charge more money. And this would be extreme specialist. And an extreme specialist would be, we help, say, landscapers get more clients using this very particular service. which I'm also going to show you how to do as well. And this is what allows you to charge the absolute most amount of money and have clients absolutely thrilled because you are the expert, you are the best one for their possible situation. So let me take a look at all of my messy notes here and we will keep going down. All right. Talked about that. Let's talk about next how we're actually going to deliver all of these services, which is step 3, because there's a couple different schools of thought here. The first school of thought is this hands-on, full-service marketing agency. The traditional marketing agency that you hear about, you've probably seen enough videos on this. This is where we sometimes say SMMA, social media marketing agency. Sometimes it's referred to as traditional marketing agencies, sometimes digital marketing agencies or growth partners or acquisition agencies or ROI agencies or cash flow agencies. They're all kind of talking about the same thing. But what this is going in and providing a service for a client in exchange for some significant cash. There's this thing called, I shouldn't say there's this thing called, there's this thing that I call the active passive spectrum. And what this is designed to sort of help you find out where on the spectrum you're going to fall with different models. So we're going to say, well, we're going to call this active. We'll put passive down here. It'll make it easier. This is turning into a bit of a disaster of an art project, but we're going to roll with it. Active, passive. Active would be like your traditional digital marketing agency. You're going to do all the work for someone. You're going to go in there, handle everything, run Facebook ads, run Google ads, build funnels, build websites. It's a lot of work. Pays well, but it's a lot of work. So we don't necessarily want to do that. On the other end of the spectrum, we have these things called SaaS, software as a service. You may have heard of this as well. It's where we'll typically white label a piece of software. Our preference is high level. We'll put our branding and our logo on it and we'll sell SaaS. Now, the problem with SaaS, and something that not a lot of people talk about, is that often with SaaS, you're charging significantly less, but this doesn't mean that it's actually completely passive because people are still going to have questions. They're still going to have problems. They're still going to need help and support. But now, instead of charging these high value, high dollar prices, you're basically providing agency services, but at SaaS pricing. It's not a great mix. My preference is for one of these. We can call it a semi-passive income automated agency. But the way that it works is we provide services, predominantly services offered directly through High Level, that we can automate, that we can set up with workflows, with systems. It handles everything for us. The software does all of the heavy lifting once we've onboarded a client. And this allows us to then provide superior service by being available to clients, by answering calls or responding to their emails. But all of the work is actually done by the software here. All right, so let me show you what that looks like. And we'll go to step 4 for this. As we go in this, my writing will continue to get messier and messier. So I'll have to explain things even better. Automated systems. Again, we're going to use software. And we're going to use High Level to do this. Been using High Level since 2019, also sometimes referred to as Go High Level. High Level or Go High Level, same thing. And it has grown a number of agencies for me, largely on autopilot. This is about as passive income as you can possibly get with an online business. Not only that, is the fastest path to cash that I have ever found. Because when you're selling this, we're going to go a bit of on a tangent here, but this is an important point. When you're selling services or software, anything to a small business owner, one of the problems with trying to sell SaaS is that their money is not actually a business owner's biggest asset and resource they're trying to protect. It's their time. And with SaaS, they're going to have to do it themselves. This is a DIY offer, which is a very, very hard offer to sell. I'm going to give you this thing. You're going to do all the work. Not a very good offer. This is a done for you offer, an agency. Hey, I'm going to do all of the work for you. That's an easy offer. That is 10 times, if not 100 times easier to sell than a SaaS offer. So another reason that I like that one. But of course, once we have the client, then we're going to automate things with High Level. Now, there's a number of things we can do with High Level that can help a business owner. There are web chat widgets that we can use. So we can essentially put a chat widget right on their website, regardless of what platform they're using, whether it's WordPress or coded through good old-fashioned HTML, or if they have a high-level website. We have something called missed call text back, which means that if someone calls text back, there we go. Someone calls the business and they don't answer, well, we can automatically send a text on behalf of the business to them and say, hey, sorry, I missed your call. How can I help you? Better than that, we have something called an AI employee. And an AI employee will actually answer the phone and have a conversation with the business owner in real time, collecting their name, their information, the problem that they have, and then follow up with them. By far, it's a mind-blowing tool. I've made videos on this one before, but incredibly valuable. But if you're just getting started, this is the thing that I want you to focus on. Because in my let me spell first, reputation management, in my honest, biased, but accurate opinion, this, my friend, is the easiest, most profitable, and most valuable to a business owner service that you can offer. So here's how this works and why it's so incredibly valuable. I want you to think for a second of like a Google, this is Google, by the way. So we've got a Google search thing. We've got some ads up here. There we go. Fix the old pen. Okay. Then what we do is we've got this thing called a map pack. That's the map listings. And then we have all of the organic website rankings down here. Now, everybody, basically, before they're picking any new service, new restaurant, new hotel, new accountant or barber, whoever, they go to Google and they look up the reviews. The businesses with the most number of 5-star reviews that looks the best is typically the one that gets the business. This is just it. Like, this is the new form of word of mouth marketing. It just now takes place online in the digital world. Most businesses are aware that reviews are important, but they're not aware of just how this impacts their bottom line and how much money having better reviews can make them. And this is the kicker. You're not just going to go out there and sell them reviews. You're going to sell them money, really, because there's been a number of studies done. I believe the last one was by Harvard Business School, and they found that even a 1-star increase, so from going from 3 stars to 4 stars or 4 stars to 5 stars, can increase a business's revenue by 9%. If they're doing $1 million a year, that's just like $90,000 a year. A couple million, we're talking multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars just by increasing the stars. Not to mention the prestige, and like, they're proud of their businesses. This is an important thing for them to do. But there's another benefit as well. We can also increase their rankings. So the businesses at the top of these map packs are typically the ones that have a few different things. They have the most reviews, most good reviews, and they also have the most citations. Citations is a fancy marketing term for backlinks. It's really it. We can build them. We build them right inside High Level by just clicking build citations. Amazing. Mind blown. Just like that. Like, build citations. Now we got citations. We get them some reviews. We build them citations. They start ranking higher. Now they're going to get significantly more revenue. How do we do this? Well, we automate this process of reputation management. And this is why you set this thing up, and then you really don't have to do a whole lot more work. So here's how we do this using High Level. Essentially, we set up something called a workflow. So we'll have some kind of trigger. So someone will customer will buy something. Then the workflow, not you, the workflow. And by the way, like I said, I'm going to make sure that you have access to all of these when you sign up using a trial link down below this video. I'm going to make sure that you get all of my systems. You can just copy and paste directly over into your account to use for yourself or for your clients or whoever you want. But then we send a review request. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here in just a second as well. And we send this typically via SMS. Then we wait. Again, by we, I mean the software. Then we send review request by email. Then we set up, and again, by we, I mean the software, conditional logic. So did they leave a review? If they did leave a review, we can send a thanks. If they didn't, well, guess what? We can just do this again. Move them into another funnel, and we just sort of keep following up. Now, here's the real magic moneymaker that you're going to be able to offer your clients that is immediately going to set you apart as a true marketing wizard, as a genius, as the beautiful, wonderful, amazing person that you are. Call it reviewgating. And here's how it works. Let's say that you've got a business that you're sending out reviews to. And on behalf of, and you're sending them out to all the customers. Well, what if the customers aren't happy? What if you send out all of these review requests and people start leaving bad reviews? That's not going to look really good. So we use this strategy. What happens is the very first thing that we do is we send out a form that says, how would you rate your experience? Okay. Then what ends up happening is they get, let's see if I can do this. They get a green face There we go. That's not terrifying looking at all. They get a yellow face option in the middle for neutral. And they get the angry red face of death that nobody wants to see. It's just sad, sad, sad day. So we send them this thing. Now, any guesses on what happens? They're going to pick one of these three options. Well, if they pick the happy face, I rate my experience as good. We automatically send them to the Google or Facebook or whatever review. And we're said, hey, fantastic. Please leave us a review with your experience and let us know how it went. That review gets published publicly. Everybody gets to see it. All is well. On the other hand, if they pick one of these faces, which isn't so good, they get sent to a private form that says, oh no, we're so sorry. That's terrible. What happened? Fill me in. Let me know. How can we make things better? And they can rant and they can rave and they can share and tell all of these horrible things and they can just vent completely, get it all off their chest, get everything out there. And the only people that see that is the business owner. Now, there's nothing stopping them from then going and like posting again and again and doing whatever. But for most people, most of the time, this limits those negative reviews and makes you look like an absolute master of marketing. Because again, all we're doing is we're building good Google reviews and we're helping the business to overcome all of the problems and that by actually addressing these, but addressing them privately rather than publicly. Okay, so that's step 4. Let's keep moving because we still want to do some more things here, like optimize everything. Step 5, time optimization. We're going to keep coming back to our client goals here as well. So for example, we've got our client goal of, what do we say? What did we say right at the beginning? It was like 5 to 10 clients at 1K. Let's scroll all the way back. 5 to 10 clients at 1K. Make sure that we're staying congruent with our examples here for our math. So 5 to 10 clients, we'll say at 1K just for easy math. So this is, we'll say 10 clients, 1K equals $10,000 a month. Okay. That's what we're after. Now, how long is this going to take? Well, depending on what services you offer, this can be very, very little. My recommendation is you want to keep your total time, this is a clock, to 5 hours per client per month max. Per client per month. Okay? So this means, let's see if we can do the math here together. 5 hours per client per month. If we have 10 clients, that's 50 hours a month of work. Okay? That's a long week. That's it. Okay? It's a few long days. You could get this down to 4 hours per client per month, which I'd recommend that you do later by systemizing things more and making sure you're fully using the automation. But even this is pretty conservative. 10 clients, 50 hours a month. That's a week. So the real question is, what are you going to do with the other 3 weeks of your month? Well, here's the beauty. You have a choice now. You can set your agency up as cash flow or lifestyle. And honestly, I've done both and I have no judgment. You do you, whatever you want to do. If you do cash flow, well, you would simply repeat that process for the others. So if we've got 10 clients at 50 hours a month, we could then take on, so that's week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So there's 10K and you can just keep building it out. And just like that, you're now working full time, but you're making 40K a month, which is not too bad. And of course, over time, you're going to get better. You're going to get more experience, more testimonials, more case studies. So you're not going to be charging 1K a month. You're going to be charging 2.5 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is. So these numbers start to get pretty crazy, pretty ridiculous, pretty quickly. Next thing you know, you're making $100,000 a month, provided everything goes well. On the other hand, you have another option. You can make your 10K and then you can do nothing for 3 weeks, which is great too. There's a lot of people that do this and they choose to spend that time with their family, or they travel the world, or they read books, or they work on a passion project, or they volunteer, or they keep their full-time job as well, which is another thing. You do not need to quit your 9 to 5 today and go burn everything down and go start this agency. You can start this on the side by working, again, 10 clients, 50 hours a month. We could do this on weekends. We could start to build up your agency, get it to a very sustainable financial point of even $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month, whatever you need to replace your current daily income with your job. And then when you're ready to go all in, you can just move down here to this point. All right, real quick here. If you're ready to start or grow your digital marketing agency, even if you're brand new to this, I've got a gift for you. This isn't just another course. What I'm giving you is a complete, proven system in order to launch and scale a profitable agency from scratch. You'll get step-by-step training on everything from landing clients to delivering results that keep them coming back. Plus, you're going to have access to my personal marketing systems, talking about the exact same templates and sales funnels and scripts and processes that I've used to build multiple seven-figure agencies over the last decade. Here's the best part. For a limited time, you can get a free 30-day trial of the high-level software, instantly unlocking all of my courses and templates and bonuses 100% free. But I want to make sure that you're set up for success even more than that. So you're also going to get a one-on-one kickoff call to get you set up and started on the right foot. Also going to get 24/7 support from high-level experts and weekly live coaching sessions with me and my team where you can ask questions and get live feedback. So make sure that you don't miss this out. Click the link in the descriptions or the top comment, or you can visit growmyagencynow.com to get started right now. And can't wait to see you on the inside.